Please note the detail of the doors and the windows, which conform to the pitch of the roof. This is a typical Frank Lloyd Wright. All of the windows and doors were custom made for this home.
We've come to this point from the carport and the raftered approach to the front door of the house, and we enter the house under a low overhanging rafters and are entering the house, and as we enter we notice that we're still under the shelter and the enclosure of the low ceiling here. But as we move into the major living room of the house, we have a much higher ceiling and bright skylight with the living area and fireplace and the cozy areas of the living room off to the side. But the crescendo of this space is all emphasized by the skylight and the bright lights, with the bedroom wing off to the left. Now, as we move back this way, you can see that we're in the big space, and the window wall looking out on the area off the creek are off to the right, and we're still into this brightly lighted space, moving back through the house toward the various other rooms, a little library, the master suite, and off to this side a wing of 3 additional bedrooms and bathrooms, all under the influence of the big light of the central space. These are all spaces that are subservient to that space, all leading back to it. So it's a very open plan, but it has very private areas off of that open area. All of them reflect the same rafters and same rhythms of rafters and windows, and looks out onto the various parts of the site, reflecting the creek, its setting here. We prepared the site, which is a limestone creek and limestone shoreline. We prepared the site by leveling an area where we laid a scored concrete slab, and it continues throughout the house as our flooring. It has the same rhythm of 32 inches as the rafters and the planks on the wall. The planks are 12 inches, 4 inches, 12 inches, 4 inches, giving us a 16-inch rhythm that is half of the 32-inch module on the house. These all relate and all go together to make this harmony of the way this house fits together. The floor is easy to keep, has been, I'm going to guess that our Mormons have not been too troubled by this antiqued, stained and waxed floor, and easy to keep, and it's held up very well here for us. Through the years of my architectural practice, I've had partners and people working with me who are apprentices of Mr. Wright, or people who've been drawn to Mr. Wright's principles, and we've affiliated, and I've had been blessed with partners, of which a friend of mine is present here now, Gary Schaefer, both friend, University of Oklahoma man, and we've been drawn together, I think, through the organic principles of Mr. Wright.
My name is Gary Schaefer. I have had the pleasure of being associated with David George and a partner in the practice of architecture for many years. I was drawn to David about the time that I graduated from the architecture school at the University of Oklahoma and moved to Dallas. I heard his name and started looking for examples of his work, and then I would go by from time to time seeking employment with him. It seemed like for years he didn't have a place for me, but eventually he called me and said he did have a couple of projects and would I entertain coming to work with him, which I did, and it's been a rewarding experience ever since. Our firm grew from a very small firm with 2 partners and 1 employee, which was me at the time, to at one time we had 5 partners and over 13 employees doing work literally all over the United States. For some reason or other, we were not very successful at soliciting work, but work just seemed to come in the door based on something that somebody had seen and wanted something similar to it or similar in feeling. I think the magic of our firm was actually David himself. When we came together, it was because we were all interested in the same thing, interested in the same type of architecture, and then it grew into something much more. We became a family in a sense. All of the partners were very much a family. Our employees were part of the family. Our clients became part of that family and remain so to this day.
And we went to the parade of homes and saw a home they had designed, and both of us said, that is exactly what we'd like to live in. I never tried to give him any instruction about how to design it. He did it. It worked perfect. My wife has lived here. She says she won't leave even if we sell it. So I believe that says all you need to know about what we think. It's not an expensive home by any means, but it's comfortable. We've enjoyed living here, and thank God for David George and Kelly Oliver and their partners.
I'm the youngest of the 5 sons, and this is a magic place on earth, and it's not to be taken away from my mom. That's the main concern of mine, because she won't last a month without it, and everything is magic about it. I don't care what else happens to it after my folks are gone, but while they're alive, they deserve to keep this. I'm not even going to go into why they're having financial problems, because that ain't none of my business. But what is my business is my mom and this place, and her staying steady right here until she's gone. That's what matters to me.